Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that you have probably heard of, resumes. Even though they're only usually one page long, there is a lot of effort that goes into making the perfect resume. Over the past few years, I've talked to a lot of people in industry to see what they look for when they look at a resume, and there are a lot of common themes. So today I'll be sharing some of the tips that I've learned to simplify the process of creating and editing resumes for different roles. Next week, I'll be releasing a part 2 of these resume tips, so make sure to look out for that as well. But for now, let's get into part 1. So one of the first things that people notice when looking at your resume is the length of it. In general, resumes should be 1 page long. The only exception to this is if you have written a bunch of publications that you can list out, or if you have many years of experience. Following from that, the 1 page that you do have should be both readable and organized. You want to make a good first impression, since this is the first thing that people will be looking at and they only look at it for a few seconds. If they like what they see, then they'll zoom in on a specific section and read more, but that first impression is key. It is also important to utilize your space well, since you only have 1 page. Use columns, Microsoft Word tables, which you can then hide, or choose from a variety of different templates online in order to make it look neat. Choosing a readable and professional font is also super important. It helps add to that first impression that your resume gives, not to mention that people will actually be able to read your resume as well, which is the goal. Going along the lines of the look of your resume, you also want to use bullet points in order to avoid making your resume look very wordy. Recruiters and hiring managers aren't going to be looking at your resume for very long. They have tons of resumes they have to look at in a very short amount of time, and they don't want to be reading long paragraphs of text in your resume. For each experience, project, or award that you have in your resume, make sure you have 1 to 2 lines per bullet point and make it short and to the point. Now onto the actual content of your resume. Typically, people include their contact information, education, experience, skills, and other different sections in order to expand about themselves. Ultimately, you want to tailor your resume for the role that you are applying to. For example, if you're applying to a software engineering role, you want to put down coding projects that you've done, previous technical work experience, any skills that you have, anything that will show off your technical skills. Let's say that you're applying for a teaching position. Include any tutoring or teaching roles that you've had inside or outside of school, classes that you've taken that are relevant to what you'll be teaching, appropriate teaching skills that you've gained from volunteering, certifications, or anything else that will show off your teaching skills. One section that really helps to show off your experience and skills is the projects section. Pick a few top projects to show off on your resume, ones that really showcase your skills and are relevant to the role that you are applying for. If you're trying to decide what projects to put down, try to avoid using general projects that you may have done through your classes. The chances are it won't make you stand out because tons of other students have also done the same projects. Talk about the why and the what of the project. What's the story behind it? What was your motivation to do the project? What did you gain from doing the project? Across all of your experiences, you want to make sure that the descriptions are accomplishment oriented. You want to show, not tell about your experiences. Try to focus on the impact that you made in the relevant experiences that you're talking about. What did you build? What did you lead? What was the end result? Quantifying your experiences will also help to add to the impact that you had. Basically, if you did something, support it with numbers. For example, instead of saying increased revenue, you can say increased revenue by 10%. Or instead of saying you won this award, you can say you won this award out of 1,000 people. Quantifying your experiences will help people see the scale and the importance of them. Another common section to include in your resume is the skills section. This is the place to list out any skills that you might have that are relevant to the role that you are applying for. For example, if you're applying to a position that requires programming, this is the place to include any languages, libraries, or tools that you are very comfortable using. Any skills that you put down on your resume are fair game for the interview process. So make sure you only put down skills that you're absolutely comfortable using. So those were a few starter tips in order to improve your resume. Part 2 of this video will be posted next week. So if you want to learn more tips and how to improve your resume, make sure to subscribe down below so you get notified when it goes live. That's it for now, and I'll maybe see you next time. Bye!